Algebra for Sports Fans, Part 6, Properties of Addition and Subtraction. This is Ken Boyd, the owner of St. Louis Test Preparation. You'll see our email and phone number listed here. Our website and our YouTube channel will come up at the end of the presentation. We've got several properties for addition. The first is commutative property. The rule is the order in which two numbers are added together does not change by the sum. In other words, you can add an a plus b or change the order and do b plus a. And we've got an example listed here using a negative number. 3 plus minus 2 gets you the same result as minus 2 plus 3, so don't be fooled by the negative number. And here's a sports analogy to illustrate it. Runs allowed. Assume on opening day two pitchers allow these runs over 6 innings. The first pitcher allows 2 runs in the first, 4 runs in the third. Pitcher B allows 4 runs in the second inning, 2 runs in the sixth. And the question is, which pitcher allowed the most runs? Well, it doesn't make any difference what inning the runs happened in. You could add them in either order. 2 plus 4 or 4 plus 2, you end up with 6 either way. The order or inning in which the runs were allowed doesn't matter, and you should use that to remember this commutative property. Associative, a little more complicated, but still an addition rule. The way you group 3 numbers when adding them does not change the sum, and this is where we introduce brackets or parentheses. A plus b in brackets plus c is the same thing as if the right-hand side of the equal sign, where we put the brackets around b plus c, you get the same answer either way. And you'll see an example using numbers right below it. To illustrate this, let's use 2 running backs in a football game. In their game against Denver, the St. Louis Rams attempted 3 running plays in a row. First down, Steven Jackson loses 5 yards. He runs it again on second down and gains 6. They put in his backup running back, the backup to Steven Jackson, Ken Darby, and he gains 2 yards. Now you can look at these statistics in different ways. You could look at the yards gained by Jackson, the minus 5 on the first run plus 6 equals a yard. But if you add the 3 runs together, you end up with 3 yards. And it doesn't matter what order they came in. Ken Darby could have gained the 2 yards on first down, and we could have lost 5 yards on third down. The order doesn't matter. The 3 plays can be grouped in any order, and the sum is the same. These are 2 shorter properties, a little easier that we don't give examples for. The identity property, the sum of a number and 0 is the same number. The property of 0 or inverse property, that the sum of a number and its opposite is 0. And if you remember back to our real number line and absolute value presentations earlier, we talked about adding negative numbers. Don't be fooled by that negative sign. And lastly, our subtraction rule. To subtract b from a, you add the opposite of b to a. So subtracting is the same thing as adding the opposite. So a minus b equals a plus, in parentheses, minus b. You'll see an example to the right of it. Here's our example for this concept. Tom Brady is primarily a passing quarterback for the New England Patriots. He doesn't run a lot unless he has to. His team is calculating his yards gained for the first half. Brady tried to scramble twice to avoid being sacked. He ran when he had to, not because he wanted to. On the first play, he scrambles, runs around, and gains 5 yards. On the second play, he's sacked, he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage and loses 3 yards. So the first half results could be stated as 5 minus 3 equals 2, or 5 plus negative 3 equals 2. You get the same result either way. Below is the source we use for our presentations. This algebra textbook is widely used around the country. That's the end of Part 6. You can find Part 7 of our presentation on YouTube. You can subscribe to our channel, Ken Boyd STL, all one word. For live tutoring and online chat, you can go to our website, www.stltest.net. Our email and our phone number is listed at the bottom. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.